Oh shit! Hey, Dan,
Hey man,
you can see the action. Oh my god,
it's
it's
nice and
amazing.
bright.
You can actually see it. Somebody turned on the fucking lights, and you can see it. What's
Oh,
going
great.
on? How you doing, my friend? Welcome back, man.
I'm good. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good, man. Good. It's always great to have the legend himself, the legendary artist. That is Dan Mumford. That's right. If you want to check out his store and all his information below, check the description box. All the goodies are down there to check out the goodies. But are we talking about a goodie today? We're gonna decide by the end. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it
Yeah.
here. But yeah, it's always great having Dan here, hanging out with us in the movie dojo, talking movies, having fun. And this is what it's all about, my friend.
Yeah.
Who we got here in the house? Movie Dojo Army, Lady Danish, Iron Wolf in the house. That's right. The AVP gets a lot of unjust hate. It's way better than a lot of the other Alien and Predator films. Interesting, and I've actually heard that. I've
Yeah.
actually heard from other people that they actually like this movie. I'll ask you now. Do
Mm.
you like? I mean, we'll still at the end we'll still say, is it as bad as the Rotten Tomatoes score, which
Mm.
is why we're here to talk about it. But you can at least tell us this: do you like this more than Alien Resurrection,
Ah.
or is it a tie?
No, I don't. I don't think I do like it more. I think.
Okay.
I
I just wanted
think.
to throw that out.
Yeah. I think Resurrection has a little bit more going for it, maybe. Or maybe
Okay,
they're fairly similar. Fairly similar.
okay, it's very close, right?
Yeah.
Because some
Yeah. Yeah.
people
Yeah, for
actually
sure.
said they actually like AVP more than Alien Resurrection, which is interesting.
Similar
But
films, similar time as well. Quite
right,
similar.
right, right.
Fairly
Yeah,
similar.
right?
Yeah.
Laley C says, I like this movie. It's the sequel Requiem that stunk. What's going on, Jake Hall? Lady Danish in the house. Woo Bear, John Martinez, Kid Jawak, Michael Jordan is here, hooping it up. Really enjoyed both movies. That's an honor to have Michael Jordan here. Woo Bear
Yeah.
260 in the house. That's right. I prefer this AVP movie than the Disney version that will be coming out. Oh, oh God. I forgot that was still coming out. AVP is badass flick in my book from Kijawak. So we are here to talk about it. Let's go back in
Okay.
time. 2004, son.
Yeah.
Now, one of the greatest
2004.
sci-fi franchises of all time. And Dan, if you want to, I would love to have you back on here to talk about Predator 2.
Predator 2. Wow.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
in the future. All right, because the
Hmm.
score for Predator 2 is atrocious, and I'm really curious to hear what you have to
Is
say
it?
about that. Oh, it's bad.
Oh.
It's really
Okay.
low. So that's a future episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love to do. Maybe we could do that next.
I actually watched Predator 2 not that long ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Well.
Perfect. All right.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll do that next if you're down. If you're down.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, because we love talking about our sci-fi. But hey,
Oh
look,
yeah.
Predator. Look at it, Predator poster. That's right.
Yeah.
Aliens poster over here. Aliens versus Predator shelf over here. We represent. Okay, we represent the badassity. All right.
Mm, mm,
Some of the
mm.
greatest sci-fi horror, sci-fi suspense, sci-fi creature feature, sci-fi action movies of all time. Right. Now, if you
Yeah.
want to go into Alien 3 and up in territory, that's another stream for another day or for another discussion. The same thing with Predator, right? If you want to talk about
Yeah.
the late, like Predators and talk about that, another
Well, I don't.
discussion
No
for.
one wants to talk about that film. No. No.
So that's for another stream. But we're here to talk
Yeah.
about Jesse. Let's see, Jesse. I'm thinking of something else right now. Paul W.S. Anderson. That's
Mm,
right. Resident Evil. That's right.
mm.
Final Chapter, our favorite movie. Isn't that your favorite movie, Dan?
Do you know what? I do have a soft spot for all six of those movies. Because which is an insane thing to say. Who thought there'd be six of those movies? But
Right.
you know what? If you accept them for what they are, you'll be
Yeah.
entertained.
Yeah, there's parts of those movies I like, but Final Chapter I was like, I can't defend this anymore.
I mean,
I
I
can't
mean,
even enjoy this on an entertainment popcorn level.
I think they progressively do get worse. I think. I'll be honest, it's all a big mess anyway. I
Yeah.
don't remember which one's which, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's all good. It's all
yeah.
good. But
I am excited for his new movie, Monster Hunter.
I still haven't seen it yet.
No, me neither. No.
If you get around to
Uh,
watching it, let me know. Maybe we can review that. We'll just
yeah,
review it.
and it's one of those films where I have a feeling Tony Jaa will be completely used poorly, even though supposedly he's like it looks like he's 50% of the main cast as
Right.
it would seem.
Right.
But I imagine, but I also think it's like
It's probably
they don't speak the same language in the film either. I think so. I imagine it will just, I don't know. It just sounds a bit poor all around
he's
already.
probably in the movie for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Like he's in the
maybe.
third act and then the finale, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's funny
Whatever.
because I've heard people that actually enjoy the movie. They said, "Yeah,
Okay.
if you want big dumb fun monster fest, you don't have to
Well,
know the games, I guess."
as a director, he does that. He does it. He does what he does.
Right.
It's like Zack Snyder or Michael Bay. They have the sort of visual flair and style, and they do it.
Right. Right.
And Aliens versus Predator, I actually think is is pretty well done throughout. Like,
In terms of
you know,
directing, yeah.
you know,
The
and in
direction's
terms
good.
of yeah, and in terms of editing as well, like it's a
Hmm.
tight, like, is it like 90 minutes or something? And
Yeah.
I don't think there's any points where I was like, what the hell's going on? Like it makes sense, and that's important to me in a film, that
Hmm.
it has its three acts or however many acts. I feel like there's three acts where it makes sense and each moment makes sense. And I'm sure some characters don't really have the development they should have, and they won't in a 90-minute film when there's this many people in it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because it's an Alien
No.
versus Predator film. So
So did you go insane like I did when you have two of our favorite sci-fi, creature feature
hmm.
genres coming together and finally gonna duke it out? Did you have high expectations, or were you just like, oh,
Yeah.
I hope it's fun?
Well, I think it's a film that sort of came out when I was absolutely at sort of peak, like, yeah, those are the best sort of films ever, right?
Yeah.
And 2004, you know, I kind of think I was like, well, how is this going to be a bad film? Like,
Right.
it's Aliens, it's Predator, the trailer looks cool, like, this looks great to me.
Yeah.
I think at the time I even came out of it going, yeah, I had a really good time with that. Like, I wasn't that critical at the time of film, probably not in the
Right.
way I am now, but
Right. You weren't
but
analyzing it that much.
no, not
Right.
at all. I took it for what it was, and I mainly remembered thinking, huh, it's kind of cool how they made one of the aliens a character, the guy who gets the acid scar over his face, with
Yeah.
the
You
net.
mean
Like,
the Predator? You mean?
no, the alien, he gets
So-
the net.
Oh, I got you talking about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
I was
right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
yeah, and I was like,
I'm
huh,
thinking of
that's
Scar for some reason. I'm thinking of Scar,
yeah.
but
I
yeah,
mean, also the predators
yeah,
have that whole thing where they scar their face and
yeah,
things.
which was dope.
Um, but I like the fact that they'd kind of made it canon that these two things were in the same world,
Yeah,
at least within films. They'd
yeah.
made it a thing, because I think we got in Predator 2, we got the tease of the
The East,
alien
yeah,
skull
the
at the end,
Easter
right?
egg, man. The Easter
Yeah,
egg. That
yeah,
was like one of the coolest things ever.
yeah. So it
Um,
was it was nice that they kind of finally did it, and we hadn't really had much activity in the way of Predator and Alien. I don't think we'd had the new that Predator film with Adrian Brody by then,
no,
had we?
Predators came way later.
Right, that was later.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Hmm.
right, right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So I think, at the time it was like we were kind of starved for good content around these two characters anyway, these two
Right.
aliens.
Well,
So yeah, it was
so
pretty good.
you were excited. Okay, so
Yeah.
my expectation unfortunately was too high. Because I'm like, hey, this is Paul W.S. Anderson's son. He made motherfucking Event Horizon, son.
One of my favorite
Are
films.
you serious? He's going to do
Yeah,
an Alien versus Predator movie? Oh my God,
like
right?
that's one of my
And
favorite films ever. Yeah,
that may be another future episode we could do as well, my friend.
yeah. I
Yeah.
love Event Horizon.
But I was really excited. My wife was really excited. We went to go see it, and I was pissed when I found out, beforehand, before we saw it. I was pissed because I'm like, two titans are gonna collide here. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my motherfucking mind, man. And then, oh, it's PG-13. Are you fucking kidding me? I
Sure.
took
Yeah.
at the time, I took it as a personal insult to me and to other fans.
There
Like I
was
was like, what? They bitched out. And they came up with this unrated version. It's not R-rated, okay?
right.
They try to play it off as unrated. It's not. Okay? So I was kind of pissed. So I was like, but still my expectations were pretty high, and I went to see the
Mm.
movie, and I was okay with it. I came
Mm.
out of it, all right. That was okay, right? I was like, I like some parts I thought were cool, and then stuff,
Yeah.
and then over time, my thoughts about it slowly started to change
Hmm.
about it, and I actually started to appreciate the visuals and the
Yeah.
things that he got right in the movie.
Yeah.
And I, one of the things though that made me go, okay, this is probably one of the coolest things ever is because, I'm predator biased, sorry. So the whole plot reveal
Hmm.
that they came across basically the training ground
Yeah. Amazing.
for the predators is
Yeah.
got to be one of the coolest motherfucking things
Yeah.
ever,
I
ever
100% agree.
in
I
the
thought it
Predator
was so cool.
franchise.
Mm.
That compound used to
Yeah.
train,
Yeah. And
these guys right here.
the idea that they had that they basically found the aliens and they'd made them the thing to hunt. It was like that's cool. That's a cool way to do it. That's a
Yeah,
really
yeah,
nice way to bring these two together.
yeah. These dudes, these Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar size looking predators.
Oh, I mean, that's the other thing, right? The predators in this, specifically
Yeah,
one of them, are huge.
yeah. Oh,
Like
yeah.
they're the biggest predators that I think you've seen, other than in wait for it, the Predator. That's the I get so confused with all these namings of these
Yeah.
Predator films.
Well,
But yeah,
the Predator's very forgettable, so it's okay.
that's officially my least favorite Predator film. That's one film where I
Yeah,
think it is terrible.
yeah.
Um,
That's another
Predators
stream.
is Predators is better than the Predator.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
yes, yes, yes.
Anyway, yeah, those I just remember thinking when I watched it recently how big the predators were in it. I was like, and I really liked their masks as well, like they because
Yeah,
they're all quite individual within this film, which I thought was really nice.
yeah,
He's that guy's amazing. I love
yeah.
him.
I think this he was the biggest one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what was cool about this fight though was, we finally get to see them fight on screen. Finally,
Yeah,
the movie was pretty bland up to that point. It was pretty
yes,
like, let's get the scientists together. We have the great Lance Henriksen is back. He's playing Wayland.
yeah.
Blah blah blah, and they do their research and they go head out there. I did love that one scene though where it's in there. They're out there, and it's that above shot of the ship
Hmm.
flying overhead,
Yeah, yeah. That's really
and
great. Yeah,
you didn't hear the sound of the
yeah. I
ship
think
flying overhead.
yeah, it's
Everybody in the
really.
audience was like, "Ooh, I
I
remember
kind of
that."
it would have been maybe nice to have a little bit more of that sort of creepy stuff up
Yeah,
on the surface, maybe. But again, it's the sort of thing where that they probably shot a 2.5 hour film and cut a lot of this stuff out.
right,
Um,
right, right, right.
but yeah, I really, no, I really liked that bit as well. Yeah, really
Yeah,
nice.
so it's
Yeah,
like it was kind of bland, kind of generic, like you said
yeah,
earlier. We got to give us the generic stock characters because they're going to get picked off later, right? You
yeah.
know.
And there's quite a few of them, like a good 12 or so, right? I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because
So it was
they
just
need
keep the movie
basically
going,
basically 6 of them are the hosts, aren't they, for the eggs?
pretty much. Yeah, especially when they come across. I mean, this was so awesome, man. Like it was a planned trap
Yeah.
to breed aliens,
Also, you've
so predators can come hunt them.
yeah,
This
it's
is
so cool.
fucking amazing, man.
Yeah,
If you stop and think about it, this is actually really cool in terms of
yeah,
plot, right?
and I liked, we got those little sort of flashbacks of like thousands of years ago as well. Of course, the only problem is that Prometheus and Alien Covenant have now made the possibility of aliens being around back then impossible
Right.
because isn't the idea that David made the aliens sort of with the end? I don't know. You know what?
I don't count Alien Covenant. I
Yeah,
just
I
I
don't think
just
it doesn't
Alien
matter too
Covenant
much.
and the Predator can go fuck themselves.
Yeah,
I'm so
like
done with
like that's the
those.
thing. I actually think that this film does a better job of adding to the story of
In,
Predator and Alien than
in terms
those
of the
later
lore.
films have.
In
Yeah,
terms of
because
the lore.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice idea. The idea that they've been around for ages doing this. It makes the Predator seem terrifying, like they're basically these
Yeah.
space gods. Um, it makes the aliens also seem like this sort of a swarm that can't be contained unless they are contained carefully.
Right. Right.
It kind of, I think actually, I don't know who wrote the script. It probably wasn't Paul W.S. Anderson, but maybe it was. I don't know. But whoever came up with the idea, they kind of tapped into these very primal qualities that are really cool. And I think to people who are fans of these films, they do kind of speak to that,
Right.
Which is what I think the later films in both of these franchises have kind of completely forgotten.
Yeah.
So
It's like the consensus is majority. Everybody's different, right?
Hmm.
There are a lot of people that hate this movie, and that's fine. I'm not going to argue against that. That's perfectly fine. But the consensus is Alien Covenant and the Predator basically shit on the lore and destroyed the mythos of both franchises.
Yeah.
To where AVP, you could sit down with some popcorn, watch it. It's a great time waster, and you're done.
Yeah.
You don't feel like the franchise is ruined completely.
No.
You know what I mean? I think that's one of the differences.
Yeah, for sure.
Why, like you said, you prefer this over those two pieces of
Yeah,
garbage.
definitely.
Where an Alien Covenant, somebody's doing the motherfucking fingering, and the Predator has a child wearing the Predator helmet going around killing people during Halloween. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's a weird.
This is what we've come to, but people shit on this movie as if it's worse than those. So
I mean,
it's kind of like, I don't know. You might want to look at it again.
I think that's the thing. I think if you watch this film in retrospect, you go,
yeah,
okay, this is kind of giving me the stuff that maybe I want from these films, which I'm not getting from those other films.
Right.
And again, it's Paul W.S. Anderson doing. It's before he kind of lost the plot doing 6 Resident Evil films. So I kind of think it's it's where he maybe cared a bit more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He showed, like, you could tell in this movie, he showed effort.
Yeah, 100%.
There was some effort, right?
Yeah.
Now, could have another director made a better movie? Sure,
Probably,
I'm sure,
yeah.
obviously. But like I said, I don't look at the AVP films as canon. I think they're their own universe.
Yeah.
Especially when you think about it, because in Aliens, they were like, none of this has been discovered. When they had that discussion with Ripley, the board, they were like, none of this technology or what you're talking about has been discovered. But yet, in 2004, hey, you know what I mean? So
it is one of those things where it's
its own thing, man.
Yeah.
I kind of do, you could combine them in the continuity if you'd like, but I don't. I just say AVP movies. The AVP movies are their own thing. They're their own universe.
I'm glad that they did it. I'm glad that they managed to do it eventually. And I know the comics, there's tons of it, and I think within the comic world, perhaps is it canon? I have no idea. But
we'll get to where I think the movie at the time lost the audience and kind of lost me a little bit, even though I knew I was aware of what's about to happen later in the movie. But yeah, so stock, scientists go out there to discover Wayland's with them. And the movie's kind of generic, kind of bland until we finally get the throwdown here.
Yeah.
But what I like about this fight, this is a really well-crafted, badass fight. But what's cool about this fight is you have the biggest Brock Lesnar Predator right here, who grabs the tail and just whips the alien around.
So good, yeah.
Fucking the alien up, right? But what you didn't expect was the alien won the fucking fight.
Yeah,
the alien got the biggest Predator, like at the time. Like I was like, holy shit, he lost.
Yeah, but now I think about it, this is the first time we've kind of seen the aliens treated like that as well, like just thrown around. Before that, they've always been very much in the shadows. They're the predators within their own films. They're the ones who are deadly. Mm-hmm. So when they're up against these predators, they're just like, fuck off. Just like throwing them around. Like, it's kind of cool. And also, I think there's a few ropey effects in it, but actually it holds up, I thought, really well.
Especially, I agree. Especially with the Alien Queen, which we'll get to later.
I loved her.
Like, I'm surprised the CGI. Like, there's actual, believe it or not, there's actual a lot of practical effects and suits.
Well, you
in
could
this
tell.
movie.
You could tell with the aliens, actually.
Yeah, some of the shoddy CGI, like you said.
Yeah,
you can spot shoddy CGI.
Yeah. There's a few moments. There's a few moments with the aliens, I think, where you can see that it's a man in a suit, because
Yeah.
it reminds me of the behind the scenes photos from the very first Alien, which they didn't use, where you're like, that's a dude in a suit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in this one, there's a few moments where you're like, ooh, that looks a little bit too much like a man with a big floppy hat on. Um, but
Ah, we
it's done
accept
so
it then.
quickly. Yeah, and it's done so
Yeah.
quickly it doesn't matter. And
Right.
I
Right.
think, it's also the point where CGI was starting to merge really well with practical effects. And this is a film where they do that. Whereas
Right.
some films at the time were still relying too much on like bad CGI.
No,
Um,
no, that's
so
perfectly right. It was like
uh,
a decent balance, like you said.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the image you've got in the background, the two of them facing off, like
Yeah.
you couldn't do that very well with CGI. That wouldn't work, because the
No.
alien to me has to be that sort of
Yeah.
solid, shiny
Yeah.
object. I love it. Yeah, yeah.
But despite the uh, generic, bland characters, besides Blade's mom, we like Blade's mom because I think she's Blade's mom. I say, hey, it's Blade's mom. The character was
Do,
fine in the movie,
but
though.
do you
The
know what? I
character was
don't
actually
know.
fine.
I don't really know her from much else. I don't think, like
She's
as an
been in
actress.
she's been in things.
But it's not like it wasn't like a. This was the start of a huge career trajectory, was it? Unfortunately.
Well, no, I don't
Yeah.
think anybody's career went up after that.
No, but you probably, you would have hoped, you would have thought maybe, oh, I'm basically the lead character in a new Aliens versus Predator film. You
Right?
might hope that might help a bit, but I don't think it necessarily did.
No, no.
But she's good. Yeah, she's really good.
No, she's a good actress. Yeah. So we get down to the nit of the grit here, and again, the coolest part of the plot is the discovery that they're on a hunting ground. They're on a straight up. We are breeding here for
Mm.
this is a warrior compound for the predators. This is a training facility, which is like one of the coolest things ever. Well, we got a super
Mm.
chat here. Bo, thanks for the donation. Got to get back to work. Just wanted to say hi. It's really that. He says it's really that bad. All right.
Okay, cool.
All right. Copy that. All right. All right. So let's see here. All right. Cool. So back to it. So again, I think looking back on it now, what saves it for me is just okay. Pure entertainment.
Mhm.
We actually get some solid action sequences here.
Yeah.
There's actual some practical effects here. You can see the action. Hey, how about that, right?
A lot.
You could
It's very clear actually throughout
Yeah, you
most
can
of it. Yeah.
see the action, right? But for me, what was making me like the movie a little bit more compared to when I seen it the first time was you get the iconic shots, bro.
Hmm.
Like you get some real iconic shots that you
Yeah.
that you remember. Like this
Yeah.
right here with the flashback. Look at this. Are you
Yeah. It's
fucking
awesome.
kidding me right now? Look at this
Yeah.
shit, dude.
Like this is the sort of film that, as a poster artist, I would look at and go, you know what? There's like 10 moments in this film that I know I could make into a really good poster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's maybe not saying much about the film, but it does say that immediately that moments come to my mind that I'm like, I could make a really good poster out of that.
Yeah. But it's
And
like
that,
at least visuals, there's something here. Like there's
oh
something
yeah,
there's iconic shots at least. And this one
I
here,
mean,
this one right here really quick.
yeah, I mean,
Look
yeah,
at this
exactly,
look at
right?
this shit. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you fucking kidding me right
Yeah.
now?
No, you're
Me as a
completely
Predator
right.
fanboy, I'm
Like,
kind of losing it right now, to be honest.
yeah, to think about it as, a film with lots of iconic moments in it. You're right. There is a lot of that stuff in it.
Yeah.
And also there's I mean, this is what he does in a lot of his films, I think, but there is a lot of slow-mo.
Yeah.
There must be a good like 10 moments where something cool happens and it's really slow. And
Like this.
is this one of the bits? Yeah, that right.
Yeah, yeah.
That bit is amazing. I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
It's just like this perfectly choreographed moment of them flinging across. But those moments, they look really good, actually.
Yeah.
And there are also moments where you get, like you say, a nice clear view of the action. Yeah,
Yes.
all right. It's a bit over the top. It's very kind of 90s, really, if anything. But it works for the film and it sort of plays into that silliness. And,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but seeing the alien and the predator fighting in any sort of slow motion is amazing to me. And also, like like you were saying, it's to an extent it's actually quite clear, which is also something I like to see in films that have action. I
Yeah.
don't like it when it's too choppy. It's too much
Yeah.
editing. I'm sure there's some pretty bad editing in some of this, but the fact you get those slower moments, like whenever I'm watching an action film with slow mo in it, I'm like, cool. You're not trying to hide anything here. You're trying to show me precisely what's happening here, and that
Yeah.
means you're sure of what you're showing me, which I think
Right.
it's always quite good. I quite like
Yeah. Unlike the sequel.
that.
And I did not alter this image.
Do you
This
know
is
what?
an
Right.
actual image from Alien vs. Predator
What's
Requiem.
that? So what's that?
I did
That's
not
two
alter
aliens.
this at all. This is from the Blu-ray. So unlike this, you can see
Yeah.
the action.
So AVP. We won't talk too much about AVP Requiem,
Yeah.
but I've only watched it once.
Go ahead.
I've only watched it once,
Mhm.
and my main memory is that the lead actress was in the TV show 24.
Okay.
I think she was. I can't remember who she was. She was one of the agents, and I remember watching it and going, "Oh, cool, she's in the film." And that's like That's it. That's like kind of all I remember about the film. And I think
Yeah.
maybe at the end, like I think you met Yutani of Wayland Yutani. I think that happens right at the end as like a little Easter egg stinger.
You meet his wife.
Okay, right. And
Because
they've got like an alien
because-
weapon or something, right?
because unfortunately they found some of the tech. Because after they
Yeah,
blew up the
that's it.
town, there was some tech left over.
There you go. Right.
Because unfortunately, in this movie, which is kind of a negative,
Yeah.
Yutani in this movie was kind of wasted. I felt like Lance.
Oh no,
Henriksen
that's Wayland, isn't it? That's
I'm sorry, Wayland. He was wasted.
Yeah, that's
in
Wayland.
this.
Yeah.
He was kind of. I thought the character was kind of wasted.
Yeah. Although
That's
I
why
did
I
like
consider this its own thing, man. Because this is like.
well, also because I after watching this film, I went, okay, so if this is canon and
Okay.
that's Peter Wayland or whatever his name is, then who is the character in Prometheus played by Guy Pearce? And then someone said, oh no, that's his son.
Sure.
So technically they could be
Yeah.
correct. Anyway, I did like the fact that the Predator did a scan of him and went, this person's dying. I'm not going to kill them. Like, it's not worth me killing them. And I
Right.
was like,
Right.
actually, that's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
and it's it depends what you want out of the Predators as characters, but this is one of the films where it kind of showed that they had a little bit of personality. They weren't just killing machines,
Right.
The fact he sort of ethically he was like, I'm not going to kill this thing, it's not worth my time. And then you've got also the stuff that happens at the end with them sort of teaming up and things.
Right.
And I thought that was quite interesting. It made the Predators a bit more of actual characters,
So that's what
it's
I was
not
gonna,
a lot. It's not a lot of
Yeah.
development, but it's something.
Yeah, I think that's what I was talking about earlier. About I think it kind of lost some of the audience when that happened. And this is coming from the guy who absolutely loved playing the Alien versus Predator arcade game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you see humans, you got Dutch right there on the left. That's right, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And, you got humans fighting alongside predators. This came out in 1994, 10 years before this movie even came out. So the concept of humans fighting alongside predators is nothing new, especially with all the comic books canon that was written, right? Like tons of humans fought alongside predators. Unfortunately, for this movie, when it happened so fast. They teamed up so fast that even me, a guy that I was aware of this at the time that they teamed up a lot. Even I was like, this is kind of odd, man. When they showed, it just felt rushed. It didn't feel right.
No.
I think this lost a lot of the audience, especially when they started running together side by side. The audience laughed, bro.
I mean,
the audience was laughing in the theater.
They basically team up and rush to the finale, don't they? Like it's kind of over within 15 minutes after that, I think. And also when he just like scars her cheek, and it's a bit like, okay, cool, yeah. Like I don't know. I didn't hate it.
I don't
I didn't
bother.
really
Yeah,
care.
like it
No,
doesn't bother me now,
no.
right? But at the time, the whole theater laughed. It was weird because it was just like, all right, let's team up, let's go. If it was more subtle, like she kind of reluctantly helps him because she's trying to
Yeah,
survive
sure.
too,
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
kind of gives her the look, and then
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
at
yeah.
the end they do something together. But them
Yeah,
running
sure.
side by side, the audience wasn't ready for it, and even me, I was just kind of like, this is weird. Now, were you the only
Yeah.
one? Was I the only one, not you, that when this scene happened in the movie theater, I thought they were gonna make out?
Do you know what I've right now? Is it's very
Okay,
beautiful.
I'm stopping right now.
Is it just me, or is there something wrong with the predator's face there? Like the mouth looks like it's too high up, I think.
For some
Um,
strange reason, I don't know why, they never got it right after Stan Winston.
yeah,
It's weird.
it,
Like they look good. Even
yeah, yeah,
even in the Predator, the good Predator, not the CGI abomination that showed up later.
yeah. Mm,
Even in the Predator, all the mouths look good,
mm.
but there's something I don't know why they could never match Stan Winston's
Yeah,
design. Or
there's
it's
just
weird. Here, I'll play it again.
there's something really off about that one. Like I
It's
feel
too
like
big. Is it too big?
no, I think the top lip's too high up. It makes him look a little bit like a Muppet or something. You know, like he looks a bit more like Kermit than the original Predator, which
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. I'd have
it's
to compare
weird.
them next to each other.
Even
Yeah,
in Predators, the designs were like
yeah,
good, but they were like not as good as Stan. It's weird. It's very strange,
yeah.
especially with the technology and the budget we have now.
I mean, that's the thing,
Um,
isn't it? Right?
but
Like,
they held this shot of her looking at him, and they were looking at each other for a long time.
yeah,
That you could hear chuckles in the audience, dude. Like I was just like, oh, dude, they're gonna fucking make out. Like, what is happening right now? Right? What's up, baby? You know what I mean? Like what's going on? Well, anyway, so despite all of the awkwardness of
yeah.
the rushed, hey, let's team up really quick, and
I like the spear. I like the shield.
oh
That
baby,
you know,
right?
that's cool. I like that stuff.
Yeah, it was so like okay, let's go. It was just kind of like
Yeah,
off putting at first. Now I don't mind it. I don't mind it as much now, especially again iconic shots. Like back when I saw this in the theater, I was like, why isn't this PG-13?
yeah,
Why is this PG-13? Right
mm,
now, I'm going back and looking at it and going, holy fuck, dude, this is awesome. Like that shot right there is amazing.
yeah. I mean,
You
you know,
know?
there's a lot of stuff to appreciate on the art direction side of it. Like
Yeah.
I think the sort of training ground is amazing. The idea of this sort of changing maze like thing, that's pretty cool. Um,
Yeah.
it doesn't get too confusing like watching it visually. Like
Yeah.
it's lit very well. There's some pretty
Hmm.
cool stuff when they're like fighting in like smashing up pillars and stuff.
Yeah,
Like
and there's some good tech.
yeah, it's
There's
great.
some
Like
badass tech in here,
yeah,
man.
I think you get to see, you know, the net that they fire at people and then like constricts, like that's
Yeah.
awesome. And
Yeah.
there's some really cool stuff in it like that. I think it, you know, I think like we said earlier, it's very much a film that I think was made with the right intentions, um,
Yeah.
and takes the stuff that people like from those films. And
Yeah.
yeah, I just quite like the look of it, to be honest with you. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's you
And
know it's all
they
right.
were ballsy enough to have an alien queen sequence, which they could have fucked that up. Like they
Yeah,
really could have fucked it up.
like you know, watching it back, I'd forgotten the idea was that the alien queen was basically like frozen in stasis.
Yeah.
And that moment when she's like awakening, I thought that was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And you know, all chained up, and in this basically sort of like a kind of a little factory
Yeah, it
setting.
was like a breeding factory. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you know, I felt sorry for the alien queen. Like, and that's not something you would normally say, I guess.
Yeah.
But I just, yeah, and then that stuff's good, man.
Yeah. Look at
Like
this.
her,
This is
her,
2004.
her breaking free and coming through a sort of like Mayan Aztec. Yeah, oh, it's all the different cultures come together, isn't it? But
Yeah.
like, it's a weird setting to see the aliens in, but it works really well. Um,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I thought the alien queen looked pretty good. You know,
Yeah,
it's never going to be the same as the one in Aliens. Of course, it's not. But I thought it did it pretty well.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there was actually some practical effects,
Yeah,
until it went CG. But even the CG doesn't look like because a lot of
no.
early 2000s CGI, some of it looks bad. It did
Oh
not age
yeah.
well.
Oh,
It did
actually,
not.
I've just remembered the bit when the alien, her her brood or whatever, when they break her free by using their own acid blood.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was like, that's also really cool. Like, there's really, really, really good ideas in this film that I
yeah,
think do shine through to actually make me enjoy the film.
yeah,
Whereas, you know, uh, it's a solid 3 out of 5. Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of a film. Maybe it's higher depending on how much you like it. I don't
right.
know.
Yeah, yeah. And
But
let's see here, and let's go back to the. No, you brought up some great points, but even the finale. Now here,
the big fight,
yeah,
yeah,
even the finale here was pretty well done, man. In
yeah, yeah,
terms
yeah.
of them working together and trying to take the alien queen down, it was actually look at. I mean, this is 2004, man. That does not
Well,
look bad at all.
no, and
Look at
do you know
that.
what this is another thing where you kind of got to give the people making the film a bit of credit because what they've done is they know that they can't make the alien queen look amazing in like broad daylight, if you will.
Right,
So it's in
right.
a sort of smoky setting. I think the visuals are done really well there to sort of to work.
Yeah,
Like the queen's quite obscured a lot of the time in it. I think she's sort of behind some stuff some of the time as well. And
right.
it just it's one of those things where you go, you guys do know what you're doing. Like you're making these decisions on purpose for a
Right.
reason, and I
Yeah.
think it works really well.
Yeah.
And it was also a cool way to fight the queen as well, and to take her down, like basically making a plunge to the bottom of the sea. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it was the one thing that I absolutely hated was the rocket sled. And when they come out of the temple, and they're sort of like holding onto it, like we gotta go. That bit, I hated that.
Again, it was kind of funny. It was already goofy enough. They're
Yeah,
running
that
by each
that
other,
bit's
and then the
that bit was the
rocket hit.
stupidest bit. Like,
Coming this summer,
yeah,
Blade's mom teams up with the Predator. Will
I
they
mean,
go
look,
shopping? Will they go to the movies? Find out.
yeah, I mean, look, that's probably how you would escape in that situation.
Yeah.
But it looked really stupid, and I did not like it at all.
Them together.
So yeah, that's it. Sort of like,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
But it's all right, man, because they love each other. They're lovers. You
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Yeah, but again, iconic, but despite some of the dumb characters and some of the bland plot that doesn't involve the awesome part of the plot,
mm,
you still get some awesome, badass, iconic moments like this right here.
yeah.
Slice.
Uh,
That's
yeah,
fucking
man.
great,
Like you,
man.
I mean, you haven't got the actual moment where it falls off and
Yeah, yeah,
it like reveals the sliced
yeah,
alien's brain.
yeah.
Um,
Slice. Yeah, I liked when the face hugger tried to get the predator and he caught it and just broke its neck.
yeah,
He was just
and
like,
also when they throw something and it slices it in half.
yeah,
Like, actually for a PG-13, you get
yeah.
a lot of you get a lot of alien
Alien
gore.
gore. Yeah, you
You
do.
don't get the human gore, which is kind of fine. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's fine.
I think this is a film where actually you didn't really. I don't think you missed it that much personally. Um, you know, sure, maybe it would have been nicer if it was a higher rating, but
But it's
they
okay.
were
It's
going they
okay.
were
It's
going for a
okay
certain
though.
market.
But it's okay though. You get the gore that you want in the sequel
Yeah.
when but it's in a Big Five or a Denny's and you can't see it, so it's all right.
I might rewatch Requiem actually. Um,
Have some alcohol with you, brother,
yeah,
and you might laugh hysterically at it.
is it just really really badly graded to be that dark? Is that what happened? Did they do it on purpose? Like,
I don't know, but in my is
yeah,
it really that bad episode that I did? I actually found shots of the production shots of them
yeah,
filming the fight scene at the end on the roof,
yeah, yeah,
and you could see them, and it's fucking great. And you could
yeah,
see the
yeah,
alien predator hybrid. You could see the creature. You could see all the hard work the people put into the creature and the predator. You could see it,
yeah.
but but some idiot said no, no, this is better. We're gonna do this.
I mean, you sort of wonder if they were trying to go really creepy, like we're going to go back to like the original films, it's going to be really creepy, all this
But
sort of
it's
stuff.
weird because the whole movie has that tint, even with the
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
even
yeah,
with the people at night running around.
yeah.
Like it's so stupid.
Because
Anyway,
I remember after Predator, sorry, after this film, I remember thinking, okay, a sequel to this.
yeah,
Actually, I'm pretty invested,
yeah,
and I've always liked the idea of. I've always wanted. I think I mentioned this when we talked about Alien Resurrection. I've always wanted the aliens loose in like a city or something, in a
right,
city setting.
right,
We got that a bit with Predator 2, but we've never had
right.
it with the aliens. They've always been space set.
Well,
So I
hey,
can't.
you never know. Revisiting AVP Requiem, you may like it.
Are they,
You never
what?
know.
How are the aliens there in that one? Are they?
The
Why?
aliens?
Yeah. Why are they? Why are they there? But I can't remember what their purpose. I can't remember the. Actually can't remember the plot of
Well,
the film.
you're itching to rewatch it, so I won't spoil it for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But the
But
end of this film of
mm-hmm.
AVP when
Yeah.
it's revealed that there's the little chest burster and it's
Right.
got the little predator face. I was
Yeah.
like, we're getting a pred alien, amazing! I was
That,
so excited.
yeah. You get to see it in the dark in the sequel, so be
Yeah,
happy for that one. But but check it out and then get back to me. Let me know what you thought
yeah. I
about it.
might have to.
You may
Yeah,
like it. There's a lot of
yeah.
fans for AVP Requiem, believe it or not.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see here. But yeah, iconic visual moments definitely
Yes,
spread out
definitely. Yeah.
through this film, and definitely some badassity abounds
Yeah,
throughout this
would say
movie. It's
so.
not a, it's not a, it's it doesn't insult you as a fan, you know.
No, I don't. No, I don't think it does. I think actually, unless you're really, really hardcore about what you expect from these films, like
Yeah.
which some people are, and actually,
Well, I
I
was
think
at
if you,
first. I was at first,
yeah,
and I was just like, eh.
and look, if you're watching the first two Aliens and the first two Predators, and then you come to this film, you will
Yeah.
probably go, okay, you're kind of making it like a popcorn film or whatever.
Which I think
Um,
that's what he was. I think that's what he was
yeah,
going for.
exactly.
Yeah.
I guess the difference is like I'm at I'm at this point in my life where I can appreciate that, I
Yeah.
suppose,
There's
and
nothing
I'm
wrong
not.
with, but
Yeah,
there's
and
nothing wrong with big dumb fun.
no,
But
which is why I'm really excited to watch Fast and the Furious 9 next weekend.
yeah,
Really,
you gotta
genuinely,
let me
I
know
am
how that
so
is.
excited.
I
I'm
need to see
so
it too.
excited.
I need to see it too. But see, you notice I said fun. Big dumb fun
Yeah,
still has to be fun though.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? You know, when he doesn't deliver on the fun, then I'm pissed. And it doesn't
yeah,
matter
for
about
sure.
the budget, or it could be a micro budget movie I'm watching that could be big
Yeah,
dumb fun, and I can appreciate it and enjoy it. But if
no,
there's
I
no
totally agree.
fun,
Yeah,
then we have an issue. But I think my favorite shot of this movie, I mean, not just this badass iconic shot here. Where I'm just like, that's it. You're gonna have to draw this now, bro.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
You're gonna have to draw it. But this shot right here, because again, I'm predator biased, so boom, baby. What?
right.
What?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh,
Spinning, jumping through the air, backwards stab to
yeah.
the alien queen. Are you fucking kidding me right
I
now?
do remember watching that and thinking. I was sort of like, okay, the animation on that is slightly off because, like, his sort of the inertia of him, he
Yeah.
really speeds up as he falls.
Right, right.
But it
Still.
didn't matter because it looked so
Yeah.
fucking cool.
I'm like, dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
You're not going to
no,
see this in
that
any
was really
other
good.
movie. This is
No,
amazing.
exactly. And like
Yeah.
the queen looks quite good there, you know. I
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Again,
No, you're right.
even in the CGI shots.
I think that bit's great. Yeah, I think I really did like the setting of this actually. I thought it utilized the setting quite well. Like
Yeah.
there's confined spaces, there's open spaces. You got stuff like the room with all the eggs in it and stuff. I liked it. I think it probably underutilized the Arctic setting up top a bit. I would have liked more of them maybe getting hunted around those shacks and stuff.
Yeah.
And we probably
Yeah.
could have done with a little less of the setup at the start. That was a bit slow, but
Yeah.
it's only a 90-minute film. Like it's
Yeah.
over before you've even
It,
realized.
and it being 90 minutes, you can tell they knew exactly what kind of movie they were making.
Hmm.
They knew. They weren't
Yeah,
trying to go
totally.
in and make high art. They didn't go in, hey, we're going to top Aliens and the original
Yeah.
Predator. We're going to make it a great. No. No.
I mean, now I think about it, it's the sort of film I would like them to try doing again. Like I would happily watch someone
Oh, sure, because we're
like,
fans.
maybe someone like Neil Blomkamp, maybe finally let him get his hands on the
Oh
franchise,
my God, can you imagine?
like because it's the sort of thing where I think the idea of aliens versus Predator, all these films like Freddy versus Jason, when like you got on your teeth, whenever these things come up,
Yeah,
it's always sort of done in a sort of like, wouldn't it be amazing if, like, it's sort of, they're a bit silly, right?
yeah,
But I'd actually kind of like it if someone did it like really big, serious. I don't know, like,
be epic.
imagine if, yeah,
They
imagine if
better
you
give him a
got an,
big budget to do it, though. It's the
imagine
only
if you
way
got
they're
an
going to do it.
actual epic AVP.
Could you imagine? Sure,
I can't imagine it.
throw in Marines.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Throw them in
I
there.
mean,
Throw in,
because
yeah.
you got the video games, which people absolutely love. Well, some of them. I mean that one, but then you got the more modern ones, like over the last, well, I say modern, but over the last 2 decades, there's been a
Yeah,
few, and people love those ones. And those ones, it was always involving the Marines as well. So you
yeah.
had these sort of three sides, and I could see that. I
I'd be
could see that
there,
being pretty good.
front
Yeah,
line,
I
buying the
think.
ticket, watching it, and then calling you up to do a review later.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I have a feeling that maybe they're trying to push the different franchises in their own ways at the moment because there's another
Into the
Predator.
ground, yes.
Yeah, there's another Predator which is set in the past, right?
Yeah, and it's almost like it's the exact same plot, and it's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's a shame because I did think that when we were getting the Predator, I did
yeah.
I was sort of like, okay, cool, maybe like I can't remember the guy's name, Shane Black. I was like, okay, maybe he could do something interesting, like.
Lena Lusick says right here, put JCVD back in the Predator movie.
Yeah. I mean, it is quite funny to think that this very iconic thing came out of that awful original design. It's like a sort of it looks like a lobster, doesn't it? I know
I
that wasn't
know
the
it
final
does.
thing, but it looked
I
bad, man.
know. I know. What's funny is I actually have a fig that they made, but it was in honor of that moment, just for
Oh,
fun,
really?
just for fun.
Oh, amazing.
And
Is it just that
the,
sort
the
of lobster red?
they made the mask of the suit like a armored mask, and the
Yeah.
predator just takes it off, and you can see the predator, but it's kind of just like an armored kind of thing. But anyway, yeah, the bar has been set so low now because of the Predator and Alien Covenant
Yeah.
that at this point, the new Predator flick just be better than the Predator.
Yeah.
Just be better than the
Well, because
Predator. This new Alien series where it's like you wanted, you're going to get what you want. It's going to be set on Earth.
it would
So this
be,
new
yeah.
Alien series just be better than Alien Covenant. You know,
Yeah, I would like that. I
and
think the Predator was just so disappointing.
yeah,
And I was very sort of I was very let down by that film. I thought it was going to be something very, very different. Um,
yeah.
and it just ended
There's
up
fans
being
of it, but that's great.
trash.
To each his own.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but let's see. Was there anything else? Did you anything else you want to talk about this movie before we decide that it's the worst film of all time?
I don't think so. What is the Rotten Tomatoes score on it?
Okay, so all right, we'll just go and get it right now. So we're gonna decide right now. First, what you know what? I'll play the internet poll. I'll show that at the end because I
Okay.
always let the internet. It's always interesting to hear what the internet has to say about who they vote for or whatnot. I'll do that afterwards. But Mr. Dan Mumford,
Hmm.
is it really that bad? Is AVP as low as 20% out of 100?
No, absolutely
Yeah.
not. No way, man. Like it's at least a 70 to 75, I would say. That's
Yeah.
that's what I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it's 60, it's still certified fresh. Like there's again, and I'm gonna agree with you. Samurai agrees. It's not as
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
as 20% out of 100.
Yeah.
It's like you can have your big dumb fun, and you got it with this movie.
Yeah. I
And
I
again,
think
at first I was being picky with the PG-13 rating, and I was mad. But
yeah.
looking at it now, man, this is all I can at least remember scenes that
Yeah.
made me go, "Holy shit, we're not going to see that
Yeah.
in any other movie."
I think it's also, it is in retrospect when you sort of put it up against other stuff and you go, this really, I was too harsh on this, especially when it's the other Predators and stuff. Like I would put this, if you're sort of ranking all of them,
Yeah.
this is kind of in the middle somewhere, really.
Yeah. Now, you
I would
ready? Are you ready for the internet?
say.
Are you ready
God,
for
yeah.
the interwebs here? So, here we go. This is what the internet Movie Dojo Army thought of AVP.
No higher.
Look at that. They agreed no, it should be higher than 20%. Look at that.
Good.
Look
Yeah.
at that. 83% over 17. I'm actually very surprised. I actually thought everyone was going to agree that this was the worst movie of all time.
Yeah.
But look,
Yeah.
look at that. 83%. No, they think it should be higher. Check that out.
Yeah. I think it's worth watching. I think you can have fun with this film as long as you're not expecting like a masterpiece, and you're not going to get that.
No. Like, get the popcorn, get your beer, get your pizza, crank it up, watch some iconic characters beat the shit out of each other for 90 minutes, and then you're good to go. Then you can go to bed.
Yeah. And do you know what? I think I put it on. I don't know about you. You're more of a Predator person, but
I love aliens.
I didn't mind Predators. I think it's fairly similar to that film, in terms of like how much I enjoyed them.
Let's do this. Let's check why I got you here real quick.
Do you like Predators? Or
Since
did
I
you think it was
haven't
pretty bad?
officially reviewed it on the channel, I have not
You
officially reviewed Predators on the
can't
channel.
say.
No. I just never got around to it.
Yeah.
The Predator kind of destroyed everything after I watched that movie
Yeah.
and I did my review for that. That I was just like, I'm not even gonna bother here. Hold on. We're checking right now, chat. Predators. Here we go. Adrian Brody doing his best tough guy, heroic
Yeah.
voice.
Weird
His
casting.
best Hugh Jackman voice impression.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can't do it as a Is It Really That Bad episode because it's got 64%.
Okay.
So there we
Okay.
go. But we can
Yeah.
always review it in the future, maybe. If you
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
If you want to do a films revisited.
Yeah.
You know.
I remember quite liking that, and in my head, I put them at kind of the same. There's stuff in that one that's not quite as iconic, but
Yeah,
there's
and
some
awkward.
there's some nice fight moments. I think
I
it was
would-
just it was trying to be the original Predator, really. But
Yeah, it was for me. It was like from the beginning up to the middle of the movie. I was like, "Yo, this is a legitimate sequel."
yeah,
Because they even reference what happened with Dutch and all that.
yes,
I was
exactly.
like, and then they
yeah,
had the music, and I was like, "Yo, this is awesome." And then things happened in the third act of the finale, which kind of I was just like, But we'll
Yeah.
save that for another stream, my friend.
Yeah,
we
for
can
sure.
talk about that in the future. Yeah. Maybe we can make it. Is it really that good? Episode 64%.
Is it really that good? 64% sounds about right to me. to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, we'll talk about doing that in the future. I think that'd be fun. We can just talk about the movie. We just review it. That'd be fun. But let's see here. So yeah, this was a blast having you back here on the channel, my friend. And
Hey, no worries, man.
look at this. The internet agrees with us. I'm kind
I'm
of
glad-
surprised. I'm very surprised.
I'm happy to see that. That makes me
yeah,
happy, actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
And again, please let me know after revisiting Alien vs. Predator Requiem.
Yeah.
Let me know your thoughts, my friend. Let me know your thoughts.
I'm gonna
Predator,
wa-
Aliens and
that's,
Denny's and Predators and
Yeah.
Big Five Sporting Goods. Enjoy.
that's one for me to watch on my own when there's no one else home. That's not gonna go down well with my girlfriend.
Oh man! So it gets a pass. Oh man! I don't know. There's love in it. You got some Dawson's Creek action, huh? Pizza love. Come on.
No, I think I'm good.
So Predators, AVP gets a pass. That's right.
Definitely,
I was
yeah.
kind of mad about it when it came out back in the day, but I definitely enjoy it as entertainment, big dumb fun, which is all that
absolutely.
matters. So it gets
Yeah.
the pass. Chuck Norris approves. It gets the pass
Yeah.
today. And we got to have you back here on the stream again, my friend. We can Predator
man.
2. Let's make that the
Yeah.
next one, baby.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh, since you're here, because you were curious what the rating was for Predator 2.
Oh, yeah.
You ready for this?
I'm gonna say it's around 60% again. I think
16.
60. It's around there,
Okay.
I reckon.
Predator 2. Okay, that's you're
Yeah,
predicting? Okay.
could be
Here we
lower
go. Predator
actually.
2, chat. Movie Dojo Army. Here we go. Predator 2 on Rotten Tomatoes. 30%
No,
out of
really?
100. Out of 100.
Wow, that's really low.
Yeah. Perfect for the series we got
I,
going.
w- I I won't say what my thoughts are on it, but I'm
Yeah.
really shocked that it's that
Yeah,
low.
yeah, yeah. But it's always fun. And we
Yeah,
can agree to disagree. It's fun. All
yeah.
right. Dan Mumford, y'all, hanging out in the Movie Dojo Army on the Verbal Nectar podcast. Is it really that bad? AVP, you guys know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you follow Dan Mumford. Information in the
Yeah.
description box below. I'm just gonna give y'all a little teaser piece here. Look, I'm just gonna show this. Boom. What? The Crow? What? Look at this masterpiece here. Yes. Yeah. You guys want this awesomeness hanging in your house? You know where to go. Check out the information in the description box below for Dan Mumford doing The Crow justice, my friend. Yes. It is magnifique. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm excited. All right. Let's see. Tomorrow, actually, I'm streaming later tonight on Jack's Be the Ripper's channel if you want to hang out with me there at 6 p.m. Pacific. But tomorrow's Is It Really That Bad episode, we're doing Dracula Dead and Loving It. Yeah, we don't do that
Wow.
we don't do that many comedies on the show. So it's
Yeah.
going to be fun. Me and Kyle Wong going to be hanging out tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And also, I don't know if I'll have a chance to do a trailer. I still might do one anyway. But if I don't, the next Versus episode, because of the heated debate we had last week, Dan, our Versus series. You're always welcome to join those too, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
But we had Star Trek 2009 versus Star Wars Force Awakens. Two J.J.
Oh.
Abrams. Which one's the better J.J. Abrams film?
And
So
what
because
won?
of the, Star Trek 2009 actually won. Yeah, you'd have to watch our video.
Yeah, I probably agree. Do I agree?
I'm surprised that won
Hmm.
actually because the internet picked Star Wars, of course. But because of the
Yeah.
heated debate back and forth, everyone's like, "Fuck it." Next week, which one's worse, The Last Jedi versus Rise of Skywalker?
Oh man. I mean,
If you want to join, I know the
Yeah.
time might be really hard for you. Which movie is worse? So there you go. You're hearing it first, guys. This Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific
Wow.
time. It's going to be hilarious comedy. It's going to be heated debate.
Yeah.
Which movie is worse? The
Yeah,
Last
that one is-
Jedi
that
or
is
Rise of
2
Skywalker?
That's 2 a.m. in the morning for me. I might just
I
watch
know.
that one the next day, I think.
Okay. Okay. All right.
But do you know what? I will tell you right now, for me,
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker is the worst one. I do not
Okay.
like that film. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
There you go.
I'm a Last Jedi apologist. So
All right. So there you go. So if
Yeah.
Dan was on the show, he would have voted for it.
that would be
All
my
right, brother.
opinion. Yeah.
This was awesome. Always having you here on the show, hanging out with the old
Yeah, no worries,
samurai
man.
guy and the Movie Dojo Army. We'll see you tomorrow, Movie Dojo Army. A lot of the good things and another special guest next Friday. Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun time. And we'll see all you badasses next time. Take care, guys.